I went ahead and pulled cards for Cleo. I just wanted to sit here for a moment with them before I started recording without, the pressure of the time that I'm sitting here. And I never heard of this person before. I looked her up, and actually I kind of regret that I did that, to be honest with you guys, because I should have gone completely blind. But I just saw the headline that she's still missing. She looked like a little baby girl, and that's it. I didn't see anything else. A blonde girl, I think. A little baby blonde girl. I feel like she's alive, okay? And let me just preface this as well. I normally don't like to do these readings about missing persons necessarily, or like of ongoing cases, because I don't like to interfere unless I've been called to do that with regards to like someone specifically reaching out to me to do this, like someone from the family or anything like that, an investigator. But I don't know, I feel like I should. If I post this, then I stood by that. So yeah, there's this feeling that she was given away by a female to a male, is what I'm getting. And this female could potentially be the mother, or someone who raised her, someone that was close to her, someone who, it almost feels as if it was planned for quite some time. Let's say that this mother either has several children or has been trying for a child and, kept losing the baby, something like that. Or like they were just like, it's some sort of like promises set forth almost. I don't want to go as far as to say it was like a sacrificial thing, as far as like selling this child or anything bizarre like that. It just feels like the child, or Cleo, was given. It doesn't necessarily feel kidnapped, and it doesn't feel like Cleo currently is scared or afraid. If anything, I'm sorry if this sounds like really bizarre. Again, I don't know anything about the case, but it's like if the mother would have made this deal prior to Cleo being born, and it almost feels like it's like some sort of external person, like some sort of onlooker, someone who really wanted this child for some reason, and she had made that deal with this person, and then she started having like a change of heart, and kind of realizing, there are more important things in life, right? This child's life is very important to me. This is not something that I agree with anymore, and yet that's not okay. You can't back out of it. You can't renege from that. So they took her, and they would have known Cleo. They would have been around Cleo, I feel. It almost feels like, if you were to sell a child to like a trafficking place. But the thing is usually they don't really take care of those kids, right? And it's a weird message that's coming across, but it's saying like she's well fed. Like she's well fed, like almost like fattening her up, which it's very strange how it's coming across, but that's what I'm feeling and hearing. And then it's an image of like a really cute little girl, like kind of like getting chubby, like getting really chubby, because they're like feeding her a lot, like intentionally fattening her up. And it's like she wants to be unhappy because of the circumstances, but she's being very well provided for and almost like doted on, you know, and so it's kind of a confusing thing for her. And then whoever gave her away is really struggling with this reality, and I'm not sure what feeling this is. It's not regret, but it's like it's I think it's not regret because they're still in shock over it, but they're definitely very remorseful and upset, and like very, very angry with themselves, angry with the circumstances because of what happened. Like what transpired. So Cleo, to me, is like, it just seems like she's living another life. Like she's with people, getting taken care of. And the people that were previously part of her life, before she went missing, the mother or whoever is really struggling with that. The fact that she was really taken, but also contractually given away, in a sense, you know? I feel like, if anything, she would have had a payout for this child. I don't know if there's like something special with this child, why they wanted her, I was gonna say her firstborn, but I don't know why they would have wanted her child. What they're gonna do with her, like with Cleo. Also 12, I was being drawn to the number 12 on here. I don't know what they're going to do with her. I don't feel like they're going to kill her or anything. I think they're using her for something, like she's having another life. And maybe like, almost like she was bred to be somebody within this family system that she's been taken to. Like they're using her for some specific role. I was also being drawn to the number 9, and then here we have number 9 again, but it's reversed. And I also was being drawn to the number 0 and 10. I'm not sure if those have any significance or not. I'm just pointing that out though, because that's something that I was being drawn to. I don't know what will happen. I feel like maybe this is going to be a case of like gone forever kind of thing, because it kind of feels like whatever role she's in, it's not emotionally satisfying. Like it doesn't serve her soul, right? And so it's a very isolating life, a very lonely life, but like an abundant life for some reason. Like again, like being well taken care of, like getting fattened up. And it kind of feels like a self-imposed entrapment, right? So she would be convinced, like through her life, she would be convinced that she's trapped, like that she can't really escape this. It would be like a cult, you know, and it's like, oh, something terrible would happen if you left the cult. When in reality, it's more of just like a psychological trick so that you don't actually leave. You don't really recognize your full power and your full potential. So it'd be something like that. And she would always have like some sort of like inner calling, inner voice that would be like, this isn't right, this isn't right. But again, like, this isn't to say that this is the end all be all, if I'm correct about any of this. Obviously she has the free will. I don't know what's part of her destiny, right? I'm not looking at any of that. I'm not looking at, like this, I'm not talking to her guardian angels for any of this. But I guess I can switch to that. Mostly what I'm doing is trying to figure out what's circulating around in this situation. Because I feel like she's going to end up being in a mental prison for a very long time. And it would really be up to her to break out of it. And whatever journey she's on in her life, right? Whatever is supposed to serve her soul. Like, that's between her and herself and her guardian angels and everything. What do I feel? Talk to her guardian angels. I'm hearing like she's gonna be okay. Like she's gonna be okay. We're taking care of her. I saw an image of something and then it was very fleeting, so I don't see it anymore. I just get drawn to, like, it's not a TV dinner, but it's very reminiscent of that. Like, she has, like, a platter or plate. You know how those little plastic TV dinners you can get, like, especially for kids? I guess they still have that. I don't know. That's what I grew up on. I don't know if it's changed since then. It's like a little plastic tray with, like, all the little different compartments so the food doesn't touch each other. And it's kind of like that, but it's more metal. I'm seeing something like that. It's almost like, I don't know, maybe they probably use plastic in prison, but it's like kind of like, it feels like that, but not as cold of an environment. You know what I'm saying? Like, she feels like she's around a home, but it's like, and it feels very like country in a way. I don't know how to describe it. Like Utah, where it's like Western country, I guess, like Amish almost, where there's, what am I trying to say? It's not like the South, like down south. I feel like it's like almost closed in when I think about the South, the country South, where it's almost claustrophobic with like the trees and the density and the hills and everything just very close. And then like dark, right? It's like wood grain homes, dark, stuff like that. For her, it feels a little bit more vast, like a clearing of land, but still has like that country feel. So whatever it would be for that area, like kind of, what am I saying do you understand what I'm saying when I talk about country? Like a simplified life. It's not overly too much of anything. That's where I'm getting with her. Get almost like an Amish community or some sort of like community like that, some compound. So that's what I'm getting. And again, she would have been handed off. Like, she would have been handed off to a male who was really into her, or like really wanted her. And then it almost feels like a third person who would have like been the financial backing towards this, like an older, more robust man, who's financially providing, or however kind of materially providing for this parent or whoever it is that was responsible for it. The other person seems lankier. The one who wanted the girl, Cleo, seems like lanky almost and close to the family. So that's my reading. That's what I got. Hope this helps. All right, bye.